Hey, it is 6:25. Good morning. Margot Farrell here. The pandemic has certainly forced so many companies to change the way they're doing business here in Connecticut. They're advising firm that's advising companies, though, on how to get through the crisis while also growing people's businesses. Fox 6's Amanda Rouse introduces us to Corbin Advisors.
It's been around for more than a decade, but Corbin Advisors is still expanding.
We're a 14-year-old company servicing publicly traded companies globally, and we advise our companies based on a research approach to strategy, communication, and engagement with their constituencies who happen to be investors and employees.
In the midst of the pandemic, that research became crucial for the clients the firm serves.
When you think about a crisis, whether it's COVID or any other type of crisis, there becomes a concern with regard to what do we do? And what we bring to the table is a very deep research practice that analyzes, assesses what other companies are doing, best practice, and advising our clients that is research-based to give them confidence that there's precedence. This is based on research, and this allows them to make decisions much quicker.
She says, for example, during the height of COVID, there were a lot of companies that were furloughing employees and reducing compensation. There were also progressive companies that were taking pay cuts at the board and C-suite levels. Corbin Advisors gave that data to its clients, helping them in a time of uncertainty.
We lead with strength, and we looked at this crisis as an opportunity to lean in, step up to support our clients in a much different way.
Because of that, Corbin Advisors was able to expand its team. It grew its team by 75% over the last year, 20% just during the pandemic alone. It hired on 4 people with plans to add an additional 8. It also moved into a new Farmington location.
In addition to moving into a larger space and employing about 40 people in the community with regard to general contractors, construction, and other service providers and vendors, we also are adding to our team. We feel really great about being able to be an employer in this time period.
It's also investing in its community. While the company did have the opportunity to move to New York or Boston, it says it is pro-Connecticut and is looking to really invest in our state. I'm Amanda Rouse, Fox 61 News.